Okay, guys, I just did my Seattle, Tacoma, and Oklahoma City qualifying videos. So now I'm next. What do you think is next? Oh yeah, it's Baltimore. And it's just in case you guys haven't known, I did indeed go to the live taping of Baltimore, like in person. So like I went. If you could have seen me in the crowd, I was right behind the dangerous curve. So saw a lot of ninjas, and I'm just gonna give you some background information. Alyssa Beard was the first female runner to get past the dangerous curves. In the show, it makes it seem like Angela Gargana, something like that, was the first one, but actually, she wasn't. Alyssa Beard was, which is kind of crazy to think. Is like they make you think she's the last female runner, but she was actually the first. She wasn't the first. There was like about 10 or so before her, but she did. She was the first runner to make it to the past the dangerous curves, and yeah, she did end up doing the best. So yeah, but who else? Yeah, I believe it was uh it was Abby Clark was the last woman to of the night, but I wasn't 100% sure. But so yeah, that's just some background information. I already talked a lot about my experience, and I just wanted to share you with that. It was pretty interesting seeing Alyssa Beard and Jamie Ron's run, and all of the big names run. It was pretty just in person. Me in person, I had a really good time. But as far as the episode itself, eh, it was not that good. They left out a lot of big names, a lot of big moments. Wasn't too shabby. Like they showed a few big names like Joe Moravsky and Najee Richardson, but I feel like there was a lot more left out, and there was a lot more big moments that I know were in there because I was there filming. They just I feel like they left a lot of it out. Like I felt like a lot of things ended up in the cutting room floor, and I have to say it was one of my least favorite qualifying episodes this season. It just didn't really leave a tasteful mouth. And maybe paid enough. And I might be. It's just that I kind of felt bad for a lot of the ninjas because a lot of ninjas, especially Joe Moravsky, Chris Chesky, Najee Richardson, how they all kind of succumbed to just the Inner Harbor. So you might be wondering why was it the Mega Wall so difficult? And that was because you guys probably didn't know this because you couldn't tell, but the course was there and it was right next to the Inner Harbor, which is like in Baltimore, like this kind of like cool little harbor where boats dock in. It's like on the water, so it's literally like like 500 yards from water, from a body of water. So I mean, when it's a windy, and it was freezing night, so some of the wind could have carried some of the water up into the atmosphere, and of course it reflects on the wall. It did not rain, so don't blame it on the weather necessarily. Just blame it on the surroundings. So yeah, the weather was cold and chilly and not the best weather, but also it was pretty cold. Too, but it wasn't. You can't blame the cold. You have to bring the cold, bringing in these water molecules to make it so hard. So don't think I'm not saying. So don't be like, I can't believe Najee couldn't do it. I can't believe Chris couldn't do it. I can't believe Joe couldn't do it. And in a large part, they came up so they did not come close at all to the mega wall. And that it really goes to show it. You could just see in all 9 attempts in total. I feel like every single one you could just see the foot slipping. So I know, and it sucks for them because if it was in any other region, I guarantee you all 3 of them could have been mega wall clears. I genuinely had to feel bad because this was like that. It's crazy because this and Seattle were the 2 regions where it didn't rain at all between both nights, and yet it presumably probably was the most difficult because of the weather conditions. That kind of sucks, and that's why I feel bad is because a lot of people just on TV just don't think they had it in them. but that's not the case, and it sucks. And I was in Miami too, when it was. So I knew that when Drew missed the mega wall, that was also hard because I knew you could see it. I wasn't there for the qualifying, but you could see in the camera that there was fog up, and you could see on the top of the wall, it was mega wall was wet because you saw Drew Dressel got his hands over the top and just couldn't make it. So I see where these ninjas are coming from when I just fall because can't complete the medal. But at the same time, it's not the end of the world because they still made it into the top 30. Like at that point, there was only 13 ninjas that even made it past Crank It Up. So when you really think about it, there was no reason not to because you can't lose anything. Yeah, you don't hit the qualifying buzzer, but at the same exact time, if you hit a buzzer, none of those ninjas had a chance at the medal. They weren't going for, had a chance of the power tower. So it wasn't like they did obviously give up a chance at the power tower because all three of those ninjas could have done it, but yeah. So yeah. But as far as the episode itself, again, I wasn't too shabby. However, this had to say, I'm not saying this biasly. I might be a little biased, but I think Baltimore probably was my favorite qualifying course. Just especially seeing it in person, seeing the dangerous curves the first time, I was like, the first thing that came into my mind was like, you're having this level of difficulty of an obstacle straightforward into qualifying, and it was like as soon as I saw it, especially with in person, that huge little curves and stuff, I was like, that obstacle's difficult. And then you see the balance obstacle, and you just really see it's like these obstacles bring difficulty to a whole new level. That was like my initial thought, and I brought that thought throughout the whole course. I was like, seeing it was like they really put a lot of difficulty, and it was weird because I probably went to the most difficult course of the season. I'm trying to map it out. I don't think any other course was that difficult. Just why? Just result wise, every single episode, even the shrinking steps took out like when you really look at it, the minimum was 15. Every single obstacle was an equal eliminator. You know what I mean? That every single obstacle eliminated someone. That is true. The shrinking steps, I think, eliminated 15 people. 10 people, maybe. But 10 people falling on the first obstacle line, I think, the double twister took out maybe 15 ninjas. And I know the dangerous curves took out a whopping 33 ninjas. And even that, I'm pretty sure, the cones, I'm pretty sure took out, 12, 15 ninjas. And then even that, only, 11 ninjas. 11 ninjas. No, more 12 ninjas. Sorry. 12 ninjas made it past the Crank It Up. And yet, the Mega Wall had no mercy with 3. If I could pick 3 ninjas across the board, if I could pick 3 ninjas, if I could pick the one region, okay, let's just change it up. If I could pick one region that would have the most Mega Wall clears, it would have been Baltimore. And yet, ironically, it's the one region with no. Because when you really think about it, Joe Morosky made 18 feet in the All-Star competition. So he's gotten a 18-foot clear some shape or form on the show. Same with John Alexis Jr., by the way. Same with him. John, in the second All-Star competition, or the second skills competition, he made it up 18 feet and actually won the competition. And then you got Najee and Chris, who both made it up last year. So you got 4 people who have outdone an 18-foot Mega Wall before. And even on the show, they've done it. Because that's a whole new thing doing it at a gym. But I guess you could say All-Star and skills, you don't have the pressure. But they didn't fall because of the pressure. They fell because John fell dangerous curves because he could do it. And then you got the 3 other ninjas who all just weather-based. Because even with the weather, they were still able to only come up a foot short, which compared to like the moisture on it, some people could have not even got up 2 steps without slipping. So even that was pretty impressive. So yeah, stay tuned for more videos coming right at you.